Oh, no, 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 no. Give that back. Give it back. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Who's excited for another My Friend Made Me Read It series? I'm very excited. I love these videos. I love doing these videos. They're very fun for me. If you can hear the click-clacks of my dogs walking in the background, I apologize. I've been trying to keep them calm. I took them out. They've played. They've gotten everything. They just won't go to sleep. I don't know, like they won't take a nap, their afternoon nap, they won't do it. Anyways, so as you can tell from the title of this month I am doing Lauren. This month I'm doing Lauren Sydney. I'm very, very, very excited. I love her as an influencer. I love just like watching her Bookstagram stuff. She does videos on YouTube. She's very active on Instagram, so definitely check her out if you're not familiar with her. I'm sure most of you are though. If you've clicked on this video and you're like a big fan of her, I'm sure you probably came from her. But anyways, I digress. So I sent her a little message on Instagram and I was like, hey, love to do the series on you. Can you give me a list of your favorites? And she gave me a list. A lot of these I've already read though. So the 7-Year Slip, The Bodyguard, Once Upon a Broken Heart series, 7 Days in June, Float Plan, Happy Place, A Flicker in the Dark, All the Dangerous Things, Daisy Jones and the Six, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and Divine Rivals was her list. And I picked 3. So I've already read The Bodyguard, Once Upon a Broken Heart series, I've read Happy Place, and Rock, Paper, Scissors. So I was like, okay, let me see like what books I already own. And I actually have 3 off this list that I already own. And so I'm just gonna read those for this week. Oops. Every time I like move my phone, Instagram's like, do you want to undo something? No, I don't. Chill. Anyways, so the 3 books that I have chosen though, I'm very excited for this. I'm so excited. I pulled them out already and put them on my TBR cart. So the 3 books that I have chosen for this, one is perfect because I haven't read it yet and I do want to read. The sequel just came out, and then of course is Divine Rivals. I'm very excited for this duology, and so I'm going to read the first one in this video. And then the other 2 books are Daisy Jones and the Six and Float Plan. So I'm super, super stoked to read all 3 of these books. I'm just gonna read them and then we're gonna discuss and I will tell you if she has good suggestions or not. Which, I mean, I already can say probably yes, because of the ones that she gave me, all the ones that I've already read, I rated very highly as well. So I feel like she has a good judge of character. I'm gonna say that I'm already very, very excited. We have very similar reading tastes. So I'm already excited. I think I wanna start with Divine Rivals. I think I'm gonna start with this one because I already read the prologue. I've already read the prologue to this. It was on my Kindle for like a long time and I started to read it. I like read the prologue and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened, but I put it off to the side and I didn't get back to it. But now I really, really, really want to get back to it. So I've already read the prologue. I'm gonna reread the prologue though, because I couldn't really tell you much of it. I honest to goodness don't really know what this book is about. I think it's fantasy, no? Oh wait, yeah. No god, no creature, no war can come between them. So I'm assuming they are rivals, like enemies to lovers? That's what I'm assuming is this book. What I remember from the prologue, her brother like went to this war and it's like unclear. He gave her a trench coat, I think. I feel like that's what I remember. But anyways, she's like in school and he's supposed to come back when she graduates or something like that. So I'm very excited. People have been loving this book and I'm hoping that I will as well. So we're gonna start this. I'm gonna make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then we're gonna go right into reading, okay? Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick update. I do have 2 dogs on either side of me because they kind of sort of just follow me around, but that's okay. I do want to update though. I've been reading for the past 2 hours and I love this. I love this so much. Like, it's so good. It's such a well-written book. I love the characters. I do want to talk about that later at the end, but like, oh gosh, don't go dark. Come on, bring back the light, focus. There we go. Okay, we're lighting up again. I'm so sorry. There's a window behind me and it's bringing in the sunlight because we moved our furniture around. My husband says it gives us more room, but whatever. Anyways, moving on. I've been reading for the past 2 hours. I want to talk about it more towards the end when I finish, but I really like how this is written so far. It's so good. Like, it's just such a well-written story. I am on page 18 I'm on chapter 18, not page 18. I'm on chapter 18, page 128. And again, I've just been reading for 2 hours. So I think I will finish this today because I don't plan on doing anything this week except for read. So I think I should finish this today. I did have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was absolutely delicious, absolutely divine, if I do say so myself. And yeah, I think I'm gonna read for another hour, possibly take a little mini of a break, and then come back and just finish the story. So I think that's the plan for right now. If anything changes though, I will let you know. So I regret to inform you that I'm gonna have to redo all of the clips that you have missed because I just realized that my camera was shooting in slow motion for several of these clips. So that's fine. It's okay. Fast forwarding, I'm on book 3. So I guess I'll just update you on all 3 of the books at the very end. And I'm so sorry about that. I did not know. First of all, why am I so close to this? I guess I can like back it up a little bit. Here we go. There we go. I'm really sorry about that. I did not know that my camera, first of all, I didn't even know it could shoot in slow motion. Second of all, I don't know what button I pushed to make it go into slow motion. Third of all, I don't know how I turned the slow motion off. I just figured it out because turning my camera off and on was not turning the slow motion off, and then I was going through all of the settings and I couldn't figure it out. I still don't know how I figured it out, but what I ended up doing was I put it in like camera, like take pictures mode, and then I put it back in record mode, and it seems to be fine now. But I am so mad at myself that because I was so funny, and like, here's the thing, I dropped so many good jokes, like so many good jokes, and now I'm just sad because you guys are gonna miss all of them because I can't repeat first of all, I can't repeat those jokes because I don't remember those jokes, and second of all, it's not gonna land as well, you know? Like, if you ever recorded a voice note to somebody and then accidentally deleted it and you're like, my whole soul went into that voice note, now you're getting bullet points. Like, that's how I feel now, but it's fine. I have to go do errands today, so this is my last book that I'm gonna read, and I've already gone to Ulta and got some stuff. It's not anything exciting, I promise you. Like, hold on, if I can grab something. Like, I just, it's not anything exciting, I promise you. I have a meeting coming up very soon. I'm just waiting for it. I'm literally sitting in a parking lot waiting for this meeting. And then I think I'm gonna go see Wonka in theaters, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Then I have to go and get my parents' car registered. I'm driving my parents' car right now. And so I have to get their car registered. Not registered, inspection sticker. I'm sorry, the car is registered. I have to get the inspection sticker. And then, I think that's it. I think I want to stop at Starbucks and just grab a little drinky drink and maybe Chipotle, because I love Chipotle. I'm obsessed with Chipotle. For Christmas, my parents gave me a Chipotle gift card, and yeah, I love Chipotle. I don't care what anyone says. You will never turn me against Chipotle. You will never do it. I don't care. I love Chipotle. And then I think I'm just gonna go home. I'm super tired right now, but that's okay. So yeah, a really fun excursion. Anyways, I'm gonna go read until this guy calls me. Okay, so yesterday I went out and about, and I'm so sorry if this is like a big jump scare and you're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen you with your hair straightened and or makeup and no glasses. So yeah, I know it's kind of a shocker for everyone, but I went out and about yesterday, so I didn't get a lot of reading in yesterday for Float Plan. I only got to chapter 3, which is like not even 20 pages. So I finished 18 pages, 2 pages short of 20. But to be fair, I did a lot yesterday, and I didn't go see Wonka, but I did go see Anyone But You, and I didn't think it was funny at all. And I'm very confused because I loved how it was marketed. Like, I loved the commercials for it, but like, I don't know about anyone else, but I just feel like those jokes didn't land, and I wasn't sure if it was trying to be satire or not. However, after seeing that video, or not video, but like after seeing that movie, those are the characters that I imagine for these characters in Float Plan, because like, even though there's like this one scene where they're on the boat, like you see it in the commercial where they're on that little sailboat and she's like, let's pretend to be together, and he's like, no one's gonna believe us, and then she's like, yes they will. That scene is not what I think of when I read this. So I just think of them like they're just kind of like the characters that I'm using. Anyways, first thoughts is that, honest to goodness, not a book that I expected to be chosen. Like, and I'm not saying any of this for like any insult or anything like that. It's just not something that I assumed Lauren would like gravitate towards, just because it's like, I mean, for starters, this book, it's so bright, it's so yellow. Like, I mean, it looks so fun and summery and rom-com-y. And the very front page, I mean, trigger warning ahead of time. If you or a loved one have ever suffered from negative thoughts or feelings, like, feel free to skip. I'll put a little timestamp. Feel free to skip this part because I am going to talk about some pretty heavy things. But the very front page of this is a suicidal letter, and it's very, very sad. And like, I also don't know how to explain this. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog snoring as well, because he's snoring next to me. This book does a very good job straddling this line of lighthearted and heavy at the same time. I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you. It still gives rom-com vibes, but it also is still very, oh, I'm so sorry. Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Anyways, it does a really good job. Like, it gives, I know, I'm so sorry. It gives really good rom-com vibes, but it's also like very serious material. And so I just am, honestly, like, I'm very shocked at, like, all of it. I don't know. It just, sir, I have 2 dogs on either side of me. I don't have anywhere to sit. He's pushing me off. He's pushing me off. I'm being shoved off this couch by everyone. Nobody wants me on this couch. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna finish reading this. It's not that long. Again, it's only 250 pages, so it's not long at all. Oh, is it even 250 pages? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, it's 254 pages. Got it. Dang, I am not wanted on this couch. I'm gonna finish this. It'll probably take me about, well, I was gonna say it's gonna take me about 4 hours, maybe a little bit less though, because I am already into it. So I'm gonna read this really fast and then I will come back and talk to you. I will probably stop periodically to like fill you in on what's going on. But other than that, I'm gonna go back to reading this. About an hour, like maybe a little less than an hour, and I'm now on page 86. So I read about like 68 pages, almost 70 pages in an hour. And this book, while it may be a quick read, I just want to say this book has already made me tear up like 3 or 4 times. And I haven't, like, the tears haven't fallen, but I can tell, like, this is going to make me cry. At some point, this is going to make me cry. And the writing, the way that it's written, it's so lighthearted. It's so rom-com lighthearted. And I want to, actually, it's not rom-com. It's got rom-com vibes, but it's not rom-com. I don't know if, like, I don't know how to explain that. I'm trying to think of, like, something that I could, like, link it to so that you understand what I'm trying to talk about, but it's very heartfelt. It's just, like, endearing, and it's so special of a book. Honestly, like, this is just such a special, special book, and it just brings about so many emotions. This, honestly, like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful story. It is about this girl, her name's Anna, and her boyfriend passed away by suicide. And she goes on this sailboat that they were supposed to do together, and they're sailing, and she meets Keen, and he has a prosthetic leg, and he's like, she put up this sign, and she basically was like, look, I'm sailing to Puerto Rico, I need someone, salaries negotiable, etc. He answers the ad, and so they're sailing together, and he was like, why are you sailing alone? Like why are you doing that? And so she tells him about Ben, and he's just like, that sucks. And she just starts laughing, and she doesn't mean to, because it's not a laughing manner, but at the same time, like, everyone is always apologizing to her about what happened, and this is the first time somebody's just like, that sucks. And Keen says this one line, I don't think I'll ever find it, but I found it. Wow, that was fast. He says, when I lost my leg, he says, people, oh, I'm sorry, somebody's messaging me. Okay. When I lost my leg, he says, people kept apologizing. I know they were genuinely sorry that I'd experienced such terrible trauma, but I got so bloody tired of hearing it. Just once I hoped somebody would say, Jesus, that effing sucks. And like, there's another part that he says that Keen is like talking to Anna, and she's just like having a hard time. Like, all of these wounds are very fresh for her. It's only been a year, and she's struggling. Like, she's really, really struggling with this. And there's a part where he says something, and she's like, why are you being so nice to me? I think it, like, he offers to sleep on deck or something like that. He's like, I can just be in the background. You won't even know that I'm here. Like, whatever you need. And she's like, why are you being so nice to me? And he goes, you're going through a harder time. Like, you have it worse than I do. And that really stuck out to me, just to be like, Keen is just such a humble person, to be able to look at somebody and say, your grief is stronger than my grief. And, you know, to have lost a person, he in his head, he's like, all I did was lose my leg. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I have a prosthetic. It's fine. But you lost a soul. Like, you lost a whole person, a whole soul, a whole life. And he's like, that's way worse. And like, Keen has every opportunity to feel bad for himself and to just like mourn and be depressed and all that stuff. And he lives life to the fullest. He has a really strong faith. He's Catholic, and it's just so beautiful of a story of like healing and growing. And I don't know, I really, really love this so far. It's fun. And I know it's got such deep, heartbreaking topics, but at the same time, this writing style is very healing. I don't know how to explain it, but like, this is like the book that like, I would read this book if I was grieving. This would be my self-help book if I was grieving. Like, this is just such a great story of kindness and of hospitality, of people being humble, of just like gratitude. So much gratitude is in this book, and it's so, I don't know, it's something else. It's just something else. And I really, really like this book. I absolutely am happy that I didn't read it yesterday, because I don't think I would have been able to give it the attention that it absolutely deserves. Like, this is a fantastic book, and I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I'm reading this. So I have, let's see, I have a little more than 150 pages left. So I'm gonna knock this out. I think right now I'm gonna go make myself a grilled cheese sandwich. Also, I have 1% battery. So let me go get another battery, and then I will come back and finish reading. Officially started crying from this book. It's official. I tried so hard not to. This book is just so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it's not sad. It's not sad at all. Like, it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like so healing to read, and like, you're not crying because you're sad, you're crying because you're healing and like it feels good. But this is just such a wonderful book, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard to like not have mascara running down me, but I'm on page 130, so I'm about halfway done. I have about 120 pages left, and I'm just gonna knock those out. I love these characters and I love this book, and it's not sad. Like, it's not a sad book. It's so genuine and sweet, and these characters are so genuine and sweet, and just Anna's healing journey. I might actually go and wash my face and then go back to reading. I don't know if I should wash my face if I'm gonna cry again. I assume with 120 pages left, I am gonna cry again. I'm using like the viewfinder to make sure I don't have any mascara smudges. I think I'm gonna grab a water and then finish the book. So the next time you see me, I will be done. All of the books that Lauren recommended, not the whole list, but like I finished the 3 books that I said I was going to. I actually read each book in one day. Like, I think that's crazy because, well, I guess technically Float Plan, I took 2 days, but can we really say, can we really though? Because I only read 18 pages on the one day, so I don't know if we're really counting that, but okay, let's discuss. Because I lost my footage. Like, you guys deserve a better. Okay, so here's the thing that happened. Somehow my camera got on like slow motion, and now I'm like super paranoid, so I keep checking like footage to make sure that it's not in slow motion, but I don't know what button I pushed. It made it so that all of the footage was in slow motion, and it was horrible. So anyways, I think the last time that I had real footage, I was still reading Divine Rivals. I'm pretty sure there is no footage of me talking about Daisy Jones and the Six, which is kind of a bummer because I had some really funny things in there, but that's okay. We'll start from the top. I read Divine Rivals on, I think I read it on Tuesday. Did I read it on Tuesday? I'm pretty sure I did. Was it Tuesday? Cheers. It was Tuesday. I read Daisy Jones and the Six on Wednesday, and then Thursday I did errands. So yeah, I read it on Tuesday. Okay, anyways, so I read this on Tuesday. I stayed up until 1 in the morning to finish this book because it was amazing. I was crying at the end. This book is fantastical. It is so well written. I really loved just everything really about this book. This book is about Iris and Rowan. They are working at the same newspaper. Iris's brother is off to war. He gives her his trench coat, he goes to war, and basically these two gods are fighting. Iris's mom falls to the bottle. Iris basically has to drop out of school and help her mom pay the bills, keep the lights on, etc., etc. And she does that by working at this paper. She is fighting for the position of columnist against this guy named Rowan. In the meantime, Rowan kind of finds her to be unreliable at best. Like, she comes in late because she's cleaning up after her mom and making sure her mom doesn't die in her sleep or anything like that. Like, she's just trying to take care of her mom. And Rowan doesn't know any of this, obviously. Why would you broadcast that? But he doesn't know it, and so he just thinks that she's unreliable and sloppy, but her writing is magnificent. Iris has this typewriter that she got from her grandmother, and she writes these letters to her brother Forrest. And something that her grandmother used to do is she used to slip letters into like her pockets or like in a drawer or something like that, and Iris would find them, and that brought her a lot of joy, and like it was just a thing that her grandmother and her did. So to kind of keep up with tradition, she slips it underneath her wardrobe's floor, and lo and behold, the letter disappears. So she just keeps doing it. And then one day she gets a letter back and it says, "This is not Forrest." And so she starts corresponding with this mystery person named Carver, and they form this like friendship bond, whatever you want to call it. Meanwhile, her and Rowan are fighting, just like cats and dogs. But I think one of the greatest things is they are rivals, and it's not that they hate each other, because they have massive amounts of respect. It is simply a notion that they are fighting for the same position and are not trying to do anything else but get that position. And I think what's beautiful about this story is that it is a story of respect. It is a love story, but it's first and foremost a story of respect and friendship and just like everything of a foundation that you would need. Like they have such a strong foundation in their relationship just because of all the things that they had to overcome. He really helps her heal with her grieving. Her mom passes away. She doesn't know where her brother is. He's just like missing. He's never written to her one time. She has no idea if he's alive or not alive. Like, she just doesn't know. And Rowan, even when they don't like each other, Rowan really does help her to move forward and not stall and kind of stand frozen. And I think that there's just something beautiful about that. There's just something beautiful about their foundation in their relationship. It was just very beautiful. This was the first book that I read, which was an incredible, incredible choice. This is the next book that I read, Daisy Jones and the Six. There is no clip of me saying this. However, when I introduced this book the first time, I told the camera that you guys will never see this footage, but I had said that I felt this was going to be a 3-star book for me because I didn't think that I would fall in love with these characters, especially since this is interview style. This book is written in interview style, and there's no like his hair was disheveled, you could see that he was uneasy. There's none of that. There's no, like, you just have dialogue. And I was like, how could you possibly be able to get anything out of it? Like, there's no emotion in that sense. Like, there just isn't going to be emotion. It's just going to be dialogue back and forth. And is that really going to make a book? Like, I was for sure certain I was going to give this a 3-star review. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. And it turned out that this book was electrifying. There was so much energy. The pacing was so well done. I remember when I was a kid, my dad and I used to stay up and we would watch VH1, and it was like the behind the scenes, VH1's behind the scenes. And you had these interviews with all these musicians, and it was just so fun. And I remember he had this VHS collection of interviews from bands that they did, like Rolling Stones and stuff like that. And we used to like stay up and we'd watch them, and you'd hear these, like, you know, Mick Jaggers and Lemmys and all of them. And if you don't know who Lemmy is, it doesn't matter. He wrote the Ace of Spades, which I think is kind of popular. The Ace of Spades. Anyways, that was a song that we used to sing a lot in the kitchen. But we used to watch these like interviews. We watched the Beatles and Pink Floyd. I loved everything that Pink Floyd, like, I loved it. I loved it so much. Leonard Skinner. We'd watch all of these, like Janis Joplin. We'd watch the interviews, and this brought so many memories back. I saw all of them in my head, just as if I was watching them on the couch with my dad. I saw all of these musicians back and forth talking about this roller coaster, creating an album, creating a band, and why the band broke up. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And hearing of their personal struggles as well as their musical struggles, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. I am going to give this a 4.5. A very high 4.5, if you will, though. A very high 4.5. And yeah, I still wouldn't give it 5 stars because I still feel like you still need those like little hand gesture communications, but it was so good. It was so good. And I don't know about other people. I would not recommend this book. I hear the audiobook is fantastic. I did not listen to it on audiobook. However, if you are somebody who, when you read, you have like a mini movie playing in your head and you're not reading words, you see images, this is the book for you. Like, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. If when you read, you only see words, I would not pick this up. I would not pick this up. I would listen to the audiobook. But I would listen to the audiobook. If you only see words when you read, definitely get the audiobook. Other than that, I just have really great things about this book. I don't want to give too much away, but there is this one scene where Camilla is having her first baby with Billy, and Billy's, you know, he's drugged out of his mind and he's messing up left and right. And it's the very beginning of the book, like very beginning. And before they're even Daisy Jones and the Six, the producer comes into the hospital room and she's like, he's got 2 choices. He can go to rehab or he can come up here and be a man. And the producer go downstairs and he's like, Camilla's giving you 2 options. And Billy in his head is like, well, maybe I can just like chuck it all and just run away. And you know, I couldn't even see my baby get born, and because I'm too drugged out, I'm too freaked out. And his producer goes, she only gave you 2 options, Billy. There's no third. There's no third. And I was like, yes. And then Camilla says this line. Her mom's like, are you sure about this, honey? And Camilla says this one line. It didn't seem right to me that his weakest self got to decide how my life was going to turn out, what my family was going to look like. I got to decide that, and what I wanted was a life, a family, a beautiful marriage, a home with him, with the man I knew he truly was, and I was going to get it, hell or high water. And I was like, yes, like I think everyone should really have that energy, to be honest with you. Can't get enough, can't get enough. And then there was Float Plan. And well, I mean, you actually got to see my journey with this book, which is really exciting for you. I just want to say that this book had me in all kinds of emotions. I, at no point, was sad reading this book. I, at multiple points, cried reading this book. But never once was I sad, never once was I upset or anything like that. I was just so happy. I was just so heartfelt. I don't know how else to explain it, but this book is very lighthearted. I will say that it is a very heavy discussion. However, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I think that if you are somebody who has healed or is trying to heal, I think this is such a great book. I think if you're not ready to heal, this is maybe not a good book for you. If you're really struggling, I really suggest that you go and you seek help. But if you are in a place where you're just like, you know what, I went through some stuff and I'm ready to let that go, I think this is not a bad book to read. There was so much growth. The characters, both of them, went through so much growth and so much space and time and no space and time at all. And it's just such a great story of love and friendship and growth and healing and joy and faith. It's just amazing. It's just amazing about differences and sameness and lobsters. I don't know, I really, really loved this book. I cried all of my makeup off. Yeah, that happened. But honestly, like, I couldn't be happier reading this book. It was just such a great time to read. I wish I didn't put on contacts today just because like I cried so much that like now they're a little dry. It was such a good book. It was just a very good book. I really do think that this is probably going to be one of my favorites of the year. Of the three of them, 5 stars. 4.5 stars, 5 stars. Thank you so much to Lauren for suggesting these books. It's been a wild ride. If you guys don't know who Lauren is, please, I will link down her socials down below. Definitely go check her out. I don't know why you're not subscribed. If you're not, you should probably subscribe now. Now would be the time. Now would be the time. Oh, if you have any other people that you're like, hey, you should do this YouTuber or anything like that, let me know in those comments as well. Definitely comment those names. I will reach out to them. I will say that it is a little awkward. But do it anyways because it's fun and I really like reading. So I do have February's person already picked out, so get excited for that. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.